Oh my gosh, I need to find the other copies and give them to people. The thing is, I think I might have given the other copies of Xena out to people. I'm relatively sure that, like, I gave one to Rom Scout, and I'm not sure why, but I feel like I did. You know what? Let's stop talking about me and how amazing my games are. Except I didn't actually give that game out yesterday. Blah de blah de blah de blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah. We're gonna give a game out for our players. So I will ask our players for the first match to step out because we will be talking about the game. Please welcome on in our GM for match number 1, Devil Ray. That's right, we get the devil. Well, all of you have been terrible boys and girls, and all of you non-binary folk out there, absolutely terrible. Let me go ahead and poke Devil Ray because apparently she's been terrible and not showing up yet. See, I would make a good devil. Actually, maybe... I imagine the devil would have a more annoying voice like, "Oh, hello! I'm the devil! Aren't you going to have a great time over here, everybody?" You know, I found the best children's show episodes for you to watch on repeat for eternity. Oh, it's going to be a splendid time. Yeah, you do not want a devil like that. Oh! Maybe you do want a devil like that. I don't know. What do you want in a devil these days? And you know what? I made you some delicious meringues. You can almost taste the flavor, but not quite. Oh! Oh, they're to die for! Oh. Meringues! And some nice kombucha tea to go with that. Oh, oh, this is the crazy devil assistant. Okay. Well, I can settle for being an assistant to the devil. That sounds like an indie band name. Assistant to the Devil. Kind of like it. I kind of dig that, you know? Oh. Hello, Devil Ray.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, it's good to have you. How are you?
I've been recovering. I had surgery 2 weeks ago.
Oh no. See,
That's why you haven't seen me around much. I've been mostly trying to recuperate. Still feeling pretty exhausted, but I'm getting around now. Everything's
good.
okay.
Yeah,
But it does mean I haven't really had time to investigate and work on some of the Kuso6rande games that I'm hoping to give out for Kuso6. So this time around, I kind of went back to the well and found a classic that I always enjoy subjecting people to.
Yeah, honestly, you know, I was thinking of the voice that the devil would make, and maybe I'll be your assistant today. You know, every devil needs a little help sometimes. And this game, I really enjoy this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel this is always a pretty fun game to watch. Everybody here is going to have an absolute blast. What do we have?
We have Alex Kidd, The Lost Stars.
Where did they go? Where did the stars go?
They went all kinds of places, all kinds of charming, happy, disturbing places.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not the best thing to hear, but, you know, I suppose we'll live. We'll learn to deal with it, you know?
We will. So this game, I haven't talked about it much with the participants, but you will soon discover that this game kind of hates you and everything that you stand for.
I don't stand, I sit.
This game hates you and the place where you sit.
Dang it. Oh, I hate this game already. No, honestly, this game is extremely brutal, and I do know that there are some people out there who try to defend the Alex Kidd series, but they're all objectively wrong.
Oh, yeah, Alex Kidd is kind of bad, but this one is actually fairly different from a lot of Alex Kidd games on the Master System and whatnot. This was Alex Kidd, as you may know, is Sega's abortive attempt at a mascot before Sonic really happened. But
yeah, it
they
turns
put
out
Alex Kidd in a lot of different things, and this one's just a straightforward side-scrolling platformer, you would think.
I mean, I would think, and you know, I'm not sure how many like straight up platformers there were on the arcade. Like
there are a lot, especially in the early days of the arcades before computers and fighting games really kind of took over the scene. But
yeah, I guess maybe I only really got to know arcade during the fighting game, like when fighting games really became popular. Because
that's the thing with a lot of people. But going back in history, you'll see a lot of traditional platformers. Heck, there was even an arcade Super Mario Brothers.
I mean, there was an arcade Mario Brothers as well, just the straight up Mario Brothers, I think.
Yeah, there was. Let me retweet this out.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so excited. Alex Kidd. We're not going to Miracle World today. We don't need miracles. No. Well, I actually...
There are no miracles to be found here, let me tell you.
I'm your devil. Devil Ray, I'm here to be a devil with you. That's what I decided on the devil voice, that you can't go with something that sounds evil because that's too expected. You have to go with something that's annoying for eternity.
You mean like Ned Flanders as the devil in The Simpsons?
Hi, diddly-do.
Yeah. Is that always who you least expect?
No, Ned Flanders also would make a good devil, but it's just the overly flamboyant type. Oh, it's the devil's tea party. Come, join me, everybody. Now I'm going to... During our tea party, I will talk about all of your terrible deeds and reveal your secrets to everyone. And the tea is lukewarm.
The cat is listening to you right now and very confused.
Well, it's because I'm the devil.
Yeah.
So I see.
Yeah. Ooh, what a good way to start the day.
Yeah, with a little Miracle World. Let me poke Ten Miku because I don't see him live. I need. Yeah.
We have a. Did we get the controller issue fixed?
I think so.
Okay. Can't be a Kuso without some tech problems.
Yeah. Okay. I think Wind Rider Shiva managed to get it fixed. The controls reset whenever I restart the game. Oh no. Apparently it is the port on the controller, but the backup works. Good.
Okay, that's good.
Woo. Come on,
Always
where's
nice
our...
when like all the setup goes smoothly and then somebody just is like, "Oh crap, my controller died."
Yeah. Welcome to Kuso6rande, everybody. This happens. So I'm just waiting for one of our players to go live. Devil Ray, I'm so glad that you are getting better. Don't worry too much about... Oh, no! One of our players' computers crashed. That's why we're taking a little while. Okay.
Yeah, one of them was saying RetroArch MAME was crashing their computer. It was... MAME and RetroArch has some issues, unfortunately, but for the most part, this game is playable as intended.
Well, good.
Playable as intended.
Yeah, I know this game, Devil Ray. This isn't gonna be good. And honestly, people are going to suffer a little bit. I do think that there is some charm. It's just that, like, the game, as long as you can accept that this is a bad game, it has some charm, but it is overly brutal.
One sec, I'm gonna grab some water since I'm gonna be talking a bit and
All right.
use some thirst quenchers.
Yes, be hydrated. Maybe I'll confuse your kitty a little bit. Oh,
He's always confused.
okay. It's just one of those confused kitties.
Well, sometimes she just hears weird voices, and I don't know if it's just the frequency or what, but she comes by and is just like, "What's going on? What's going on?" Maybe it's because it's like the same frequency as kitten meowing. Every time I play a movie of kitten meowing, she's always like, oh boy, are there kitties here? Are there kitties here?"
I love it. Okay, I think I actually have it all captured at this point, so let me go ahead and just make sure.
Switch to the tab. Man,
It's looking...
I love our Kuso boy's googly eyes.
Yeah, he's just there, good old Crappy, standing in the corner. I need to do more with Crappy. Luckily, I have a lot more free time now that the semester is over. I can probably start doing other stuff. I played Phasmophobia for the first time, and that was a blast.
Oh boy, I was watching Ty Tuesday's marathon last night where he was eating some terrible, horrible things and ended in Phasmophobia. If you want to see a man truly suffer for his art, watch Ty Tuesday marathon streams where he does things like puts two, was it Egg McMuffins in a pressure cooker and eats it.
This sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check with Mooer to see, because all of the players are live. I'm just waiting until we hear some sound from Mooer. Strange thing is that it shows that there's constantly audio coming through, but I can't hear it. I wonder if it's just a really high-pitched sound.
The demo does not have much in the way of sound. When somebody starts the game, we'll hear music.
Okay, they hear sound. Good. Do you hear a constant sound? Because I don't.
It shouldn't be constant in the demo. It's just them jumping and shooting stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I just never like the look when my audio mixer does this. Well, we'll find out. If for some reason dogs start barking, it's because of this game. Okay, I'm checking with the players to see if they are ready. Go. If you didn't grab your water, go ahead.
I have it.
Yeah, as soon as Windrider Shiva says that she is ready, we will get rolling. Do they have limited credits, unlimited?
They have limited credits. You put in 9 credits at the beginning, and that's all you get. Once you're done, you have to go back to the start. And 9 credits might seem like a lot. It might seem like a lot.
Well, everybody, please spam your best Alex Kidd emotes. Anything that's fantasy related. Any specific emotes?
Can't really think of anything, but like
Jellyfish.
if you are a gambling type, put your bets on who immediately dies first.
Everyone. Okay, here we go. Spam your emotes, your fantasy emotes, your best. Paperclip, yeah. If you have any stars, please bring those in because I'd love to see them.
Wanda died.
By the way, you can also vote if you think somebody on the left or somebody on the right is going to win. We've got Muer, Jumi Wander, Tenmiku, and Windrider Shiva today.
No, I'm familiar with any of these players offhand. Like, I know in previous groups I've run, we've had a few, like, mystery tournament ringers.
Yeah.
Don't recognize names from previous events, but that's good, because that means they haven't seen or played this.
Yeah. Oops, that is absolutely not what I wanted to do. Okay, I'm playing around a little bit with some of these audio filters to see if I can,
So, Windrunner Shiva already had to continue. That's good. We're like under a minute in. We've already seen our first continue get used.
Yeah.
Alex, get the last stars, everybody.
Oh, Alex, what a guy. Seriously. No, I'm honestly, during the first half hour or so, when you have brutally difficult games, what you're just trying to do is figure out, one, the mechanics, and two, how to make some reliable progress in this. And then after that, the last half hour is making sure you get at least one good push. If you have one of those games where you're going to be going back to the beginning of the game over and over, having a lot of deaths at the beginning is not a big deal. Oh, this
I always tell people you are free to reset and get a fresh set of credits at any time. I don't want people to play out, bad runs.
Oh yeah, for sure. Somebody is pointing out that the background is just painted curtains. That's kind of charming. I love it.
When you notice that all the stuff in Mario 3 is just like stage play stuff, it's all affixed to the background. Everything's hanging.
Yeah.
Except the game's a lot worse.
One thing that I don't love about this is that it uses the stupid trope of using children's toys. And it's just dumb, okay? I don't want to play a baby game with baby objects and baby platforms and baby toys and stuff. I want to play something like, give me skulls. Come on, if you're gonna have baby stuff, put baby skulls in.
Oh, we're gonna get skulls.
Okay, this is an arcade game. Who had the money during the arcade era, everybody? It wasn't the babies. The babies did not have the money, no. It was the parents who sometimes gave money to the teenagers. So, at least in America, I feel like something like this would have a little less appeal.
It's even got released in the States. As far as I know, it's a Japan-only thing.
Japan.
Oh, somebody, Tenmiku is on to stage 2.
See, Computer World makes more sense. Yeah. I kind of like this music. It's good.
And we get to meet Opa Opa with Fantasy Zone whenever possible.
No.
Also, somebody asked, is the shot a timed power-up? Yes, it is a timed power-up.
Uh-oh.
Because Alex Kidd wants to make things unnecessarily difficult at all times. So, you might be wondering, why did they make this game so difficult? Arcade games are supposed to be hard, but they're not supposed to make you feel like, the game hates you and everything you stand for.
Tenmiku just got smushed. I love it.
It's a very fine balance. Well, recently Sega released something called the Astro City Mini, which is kind of like a Super NES or Genesis Mini, but it's like a miniature arcade cabinet that has a bunch of Sega arcade games on it. This game is on there, and to commemorate the release, they interviewed some of the original devs, and a couple of them were just talking about like, boy, yeah, this game is just really stupidly difficult, huh? And
yeah,
they surmised why. Basically, arcade games, when you're marketing them, there's something called a location test, where you put the game out kind of semi-secretly in a location and see if people are interested in playing it. It's kind of a quiet marketing thing.
That makes sense.
And they use it to get feedback, see how people are reacting to the game, how much money it's going to make,
okay.
how players are are doing with certain elements of the game, and the feedback apparently was that the game was too easy. So they course corrected way too far in the other direction.
Oh, geez, yeah.
And just made it unbelievably hard.
Yeah, important thing, if you are driving a car and your car starts sliding in the rain or something, you know, a lot of people have an urge to turn the wheel way too far, and you got to make subtle adjustments, you know. Got to do it subtly in order to keep from going off the road. And they just cranked the Alex Kidd wheel to, like, hard left.
Wait, let me link the interview. It's done by a friend of mine, Ryan Clark. I will post in chat for folks who might be interested in learning about this and other Sega, old school Sega arcade stuff. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, I love it. Wait, apparently there was a misspelled Sega Master System cartridge for this game. Alex Kidd, The Lost Star, singular instead of plural. Okay. So they didn't even get the title right on the Master
System port, and the Master System port is arguably better.
That's not a good
looks
sign.
like Miku decided to reset.
Yeah, honestly, this game is extremely brutal. As you see where Muware is, and Yumi as well, this place is a nightmare. Absolutely a nightmare with all of the lasers.
Yeah, the laser pattern is just like... How are you
Yumi got through it like first try. What?
What? That's gotta be dumb luck.
You cheated.
He will
You're
do that
cheater.
next time.
Yeah, actually. If you go slow and pay attention to how the lasers move and stuff, sure, I can actually buy somebody doing it first time. Muware is starting to get the hang of this as well, because they all start right and then move left and then move right. It's actually not too difficult. And there we go, Muware is through.
Rider Shiva is starting over?
That's fine. Absolutely allowed.
So, we have Tenmiku, Jumi Wander, and Muware all on stage 3. And this platforming section with the pitcher plants is atrocious.
Oh, I love the zombies, though. They just dance, and then the guys wiggle their butts. That's where we've got the butt wiggling. Yeah.
Yes, I love the skull pooper. He's my favorite.
Oh my gosh. There we go. We finally got to the skulls. See, that's what we needed in level 1. Not stupid, like, toy blocks. Who plays with toy blocks?
If we're gonna get to the gut stage, that stage is truly horrifying.
Okay, these pitcher plants are terrible.
Yeah, this section is... Platforming in this game is... Well, I mean, everything in this game is,
Yeah. What's kind of surprising to me as well, though, is that every time they die, they start where they were or a little bit farther to the right. So literally, this game can become a pay-to-win game. You have enough. If you have enough quarters.
That's why we're restricting credits. I mean, 9 credits seems like a lot, but are you seeing how quickly people are dying in this?
Yeah, there's a lot of death. I mean, Alex Kidd, maybe you're too weak, you know?
Hadus, yes, that is a progress bar.
Why do we have moving poop?
Very useful for determining how far people are getting.
Good. So yes, right above the credit number for everybody who is just listening and not reading chat, above the credit number is a yellow bar. That bar specifically shows you how far you have made it through the level. Muware is just about to finish this run. 0 credits left, and these mushrooms are murderous. They're just trying.
Alright, we've got Tenmiku past stage 1.
Very fast completion of stage 1 after resetting.
And yeah, nobody's gonna beat that default high score. I'll tell you that right now. Everything about this game just feels very, very ill-conceived. I would really like to
yeah.
have seen the original version of this game that was reportedly too easy.
Yeah, they should have tested it in the States if they thought things were too easy. They always thought that we liked easy games over here.
Not necessarily. I mean, if you look at console stuff, there's a lot of things that got difficulty jacked up over their Japanese releases because we had a rental game market and people didn't like that.
Yeah. Like, they either made it... If they made adjustments, I don't know. Like, there are adjustments all over the place. I think that some of the adjustments that were made for games were good for us. Some of them were definitely not good. I guess maybe it was mostly Square Enix that thought that we were babies over here. And they're like, let's go ahead.
Saga, though, if you want to look at a game that got its difficulty jacked up from Enix.
Which game?
Seventh Saga. The original Japanese version of that is very easy. The US version is unbelievably painful.
But that was Enix, not Square. Customer is king? Is that what she just said?
Yeah, it's an English translation of a Japanese phrase, and I don't know why they're using it, because if anything, this game hates you, the consumer, a lot.
Well, I understand the customer is always right, but what a stupid quote to have for a video game. Like, one about you being a child dying multiple times to, like, the nicest things. Like, whoever died from an ace of diamonds? I mean, besides, like, betting their life, and then Ace of Diamonds shows up and pow, they get shot. Wild West times, you know, a lot of people died over Ace of Diamonds, but not a literal Ace of Diamonds walking over to you and murdering you. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't, Alex Kidd. Because everything murders you.
I mean, I guess Alice in Wonderland almost got murdered by multiple cards.
Alright, we've got Opa Opa and Tenmiku. How we're doing for... Ooh, Tenmiku's not doing so good on credits, though.
Still,
the problem is that the credits is kind of hard to read on that HUD.
Yeah, only one credit left. Dancing Zombies. We're gonna have the Buck Guys. the Buck Guys. I'm sorry, that's what they do. They shake their butt.
They're so good. I love them.
I have to talk about things objectively, chat. And objectively, they shake their butts.
Please bring back Butt Guys. Butt Guys for Sonic Rangers.
Butt Guys for TV game.
So I don't think anyone's been crazy enough to attempt the one credit runs on this lately.
Okay.
At least not to my knowledge.
I mean, honestly...
It has apparently been done. There are scores in old Japanese magazines that say somebody cleared both loops of this game on a single credit.
There are 2 loops?
Yes, there's 2 loops. It's Ghost and Goblin style, baby. We are never going to see loop 2.
Tenmiku's stream appears to possibly be down, and we'll go ahead and notify Tenmiku. I mean, it's there, it's just blank. Are you seeing anything?
I see like a command prompt.
Yeah, I know that Tenmiku's computer crashed a little while earlier.
Why people ever thought infinite loops was a good idea? Because people didn't have a concept of games having an ending initially.
Okay, apparently the game froze for Tenmiku. I know that there have been some issues on his side when it comes to this. However, we do have a referee in chat that helps out a lot, Cadus specifically. And occasionally we do get extra time granted due to technical issues, and this might be one of the issues that would be granted extra time. We'll have to see.
Alex Kidd is that it's not terribly long per attempt. Like, what, we've had, we're 15 minutes in, we've had, like, God, I love the stupid rope swings and how...
Yeah, let me go ahead and refresh
terrible.
Tenmiku's screen. Okay, maybe it'll start working, please. It just keeps playing and pausing and playing and What is going on?
The soundtrack is great.
Okay, so Tenmiku has not only... Can somebody else go to Tenmiku's stream and see if they can see it? Because this is eerily similar to that one time where, for some reason, I had 2 streams coming through one window, and it would just flash between the 2 streams. And I'm like,
having problems.
Yeah.
Must be a day ending in Y.
oh my gosh. Why, Twitch? Why? Trying to do my best Tommy Wiseau. Why, Twitch? That was more Arnold than Wiseau,
Yeah.
but okay, whatever.
Alex. I think the big problem with why Alex Kidd never took off, well, besides those creepy ears, like, oh dear, just so much about the character is so
They're not
bland.
creepy ears, they're grandpa They're grandpa ears, okay?
I think they're creepy.
Well, you
I
must
mean,
think
compare-
grandfathers are creepy then.
If you put Alex side to side next to Sonic, like, knowing nothing about the characters, it'd just be... which one would you pick? Let's be real.
Between who?
Alex Kidd and Sonic.
Probably Alex Kidd, because guess what? I've seen enough Sonic fan art that I really don't need him in my life, okay?
I mean, if you hadn't seen either of the two before.
Sonic is too competent to... Like, he likes himself a lot, okay? Alex Kidd, I imagine, is like a nervous dude, but maybe when you get to know him, he's kind of cool, because, you know, he can run a little bit.
Alex Kidd constantly got picked last for soccer.
So did I. See, he's my brother, my long lost
Relatable.
brother, Alex Kidd. It's Alex.
Something's going on Tenmiku's stream now. Or not.
Yeah, don't worry too much about it. Like, I see Tenmiku completely offline on Discord as well. Tenmiku did have the computer crash once before starting. I assume that Tenmiku is having some more technical difficulties. So as soon as it gets working, we'll go ahead and get it up for everybody to watch. Until then, let's just keep rolling with the other 3. Because we are on to the wonderful Skull World with both Muware and Jumi. Jumi's making a good amount of progress here as well. I don't think this is quite the best that we've seen in this stage, but it's pretty good so far. Like, lots of progress. I do love the moonwalking zombies in the sky. Moonwalking zombies in the sky.
Oh yeah, Nervous is absolutely right. Alex Kidd Miracle World, the first Alex Kidd game, was supposed to have a Dragon Ball tie-in. Didn't happen. Instead we got Dragon Power. What a game.
Well, moonwalking zombies in the sky. The Alex Kidd was jumping, the skulls were rolling down. He kept on climbing
That
upwards,
skull pattern is
trying to
wrong.
make it to town. Yeah, that skull pattern is... The booty shaking
You
zombies.
Do not have any leeway on your hitboxing.
Yeah, like, everything is, like, overly precise in this game. Like, I don't think the hitboxes are overly hard, it's just precise.
The game demands a precision that normal human beings should not be capable of.
I'm so glad
There's
that
gotta be
Sugar
like some sort
Gliders...
of Marvel mutant out there whose superpower is can beat Alex Kidd Lost Stars 1 credit.
Sugar gliders are like the deadliest animals, apparently, per Alex Kidd. They just fly, attach to your face, and immediately rip the flesh off, devouring your brain. And that's why they're here with the zombies. Maybe sugar gliders cause zombies. What did you say?
Don't forget the mushrooms.
Well, okay, yeah, can't forget the mushrooms. You mean the really creepy looking ones?
Oh, yeah. Well, everything in this stage is... Also, nice to see how that zombie can just, stroll across a pit while you can't, and meanwhile you have to, like...
He found the shoes
they
in
teleport.
Ocarina of Time, you know? The floating shoes. And got the Song of Time. Like, those zombies are ready to go face Ganondorf.
Credits left.
I don't know what these blobs are.
Muir.
It's like...
Muir is doing really, really well.
Oh, yeah. What are these green blobs, though? Like, did they just run out of ideas? They're like, okay, we're just gonna have blobs now.
They're thematic for the area, which I guess is some sort of Halloween town / monster / hell thing.
Hey, this is a game for kids. Kids like slime. Go ahead and put some slime in there.
Pretty much.
A little more slime. We don't have enough.
That jump.
That everything in this game. Holy cow. Okay, I believe Tenmiku is starting to get stuff back up.
Okay.
And there we go. We've got the game again.
Yay!
Heck yeah.
So I always love giving this game to people who don't know what they're getting into. Like, they may have heard of Alex Kidd. It's like, oh, Alex Kidd, that was old Sega thing, right? And they see the first stage and like, oh, this looks cute. And, oh no.
Yep.
Oh no. Then they get into it. And then I'm just like, sucker.
Here's the deal. Even though this game is incredibly difficult and definitely has some bad design, I wouldn't say that it's an unenjoyable experience. Like, honestly, every level is different, the music is enjoyable, and the music can really make or break a game, you know, make it either unbearable or absolutely fantastic, and this is pretty good.
It is fascinating in that it does everything possible to just...
Like Muir, where Muir was, how are you even supposed to get through there?
Yes, it's like, oh my god, how did this happen? It's fascinating and I love it.
Yeah, when there are areas that are like objectively impossible to get through if for some reason you don't have 5 specific power-ups before you get there, it's a problem. It's not well designed. But
well designed in this game are completely different concepts.
I think once you get past the issue of whether or not it's well designed, you can have fun with this game. I'm very opinionated about this, Devil Ray. I need to find the sunshine in the pit of despair that is Alex Kidd.
Love terrible games. I love this awful, horrible game. And the good thing is, like, if you ever want to have just a good, terrible game experience with your friend, try playing this 2-player because
that sounds terrible.
You've got 2 characters on screen at once. It's 2 players simultaneous, and you can like push each other around.
Hey, Corn Dan, we've got Don't Make Us Bored on Tuesday.
Oh, yes, do that. So there's an arcade in Japan called Mikado, which runs tournaments for Alex Kidd every once in a blue moon. You might be thinking, how do you have tournaments for this? Well, the tournament is you play 2 players and you try to screw over the other player as fast as possible just by using the game's physics and pushing them around.
That's exactly how I play video games. Yes! I will destroy anybody who plays co-op with me.
Yep, that is the true Alex Kidd The Lost Stars 2-player experience. Trying to murder the person who is playing with you as fast as possible.
Oh my gosh. Actually, it's more like
Yeah.
if they say something that bothers me, then I'll kill them. Like, okay, if video
Can try
game
to
me
protect
were
themselves. Like they can jump on your head, so you can carry them on your head. Like if you think they can't make a jump or something, you can be friendly and be like, "I can help you get across." But then you can also just, throw yourself into the pit and take them with you in spite. It's great.
So I was just thinking, because yesterday we played the Battlestar Galactica board game with some people, and I love that. It's a secret role game that has a lot more depth and is actually quite a bit of fun. But the thing is, everyone always thinks I'm a Cylon. Always. It doesn't matter. If I try to do good, I'm a Cylon. If I try to do bad, I'm a Cylon. And so, you know what? Maybe it's just the way that I play video games, in that if you look at me funny, I'm probably going to try to sabotage you because I think you're evil. It gets a target on my back no matter what. Spoilers, I wasn't a Cylon, even though I played as Gaius. And I wasn't a bad guy, okay? I was good. I was helping.
Like, that's a problem with being too good at those sorts of games, that everybody just suspects you from the beginning, because you're so good at pretending you're, not the target.
Yeah.
Hi, Rika.
The funny thing though is that, like, when I am a target, or when I am the person with the secret role, I'm usually pretty good at it. I don't know, but that's because I act exactly like I usually do, and people usually suspect me from the beginning, and then, the suspicion starts to wear down a little bit.
Of course, you're pretty sus, bro.
Oh, Amazing Toaster, I'm glad that you're here to see the butt zombies. We're 27 minutes into the match. At this point, players should start thinking about what they can do in order to make reliable progress in this game.
Thus far, Muware has gotten the furthest up to stage 4, the water level. I don't know if we'll see, I forget if it's stage 6 or 7, the horrible guts stage. If you ever decide to play this by yourself, which I highly recommend as a fun experience, do be aware that there is a terrifying stage with, like, guts and teeth and stuff. I am not kidding. It's horrifying.
I mean, maybe we'll get there. I want to see the guts teeth land. Is the naked guy pooping out bouncing skulls? This is the one stream in the world where I can say, yes. Yes, the naked guy is pooping out skulls.
That's a satisfying poop right there.
No. I don't like it. Like, I enjoy that pollen is as dangerous as, like, literal knives in this game.
I mean, have you had allergies?
Oh my gosh, yes. I've talked a little bit about it on streams before, but, like, I have a pretty bad allergy to hay, specifically alfalfa, and guess what? Not only did we live next to a bunch of alfalfa growing when I was a kid, but I often had to work with it because my dad's like, let's go to your grandpa's ranch and you can throw hay bales and crap. And it was probably the most miserable I've been with allergies, and I had to do that multiple times. When you get to the point where I'm like, I basically can't see because my eyes are so itchy and watery, and all of my skin has rashes on it at this point.
My allergies are very, very mild, but I know people who have them pretty big time, and I do not, I feel their pain.
And it's like, I wasn't even good at helping. I was a weak kid who could barely do anything at all, and so I'm not sure if they wanted to, like, get me work ethic or just torture me. It could have been either one of those.
Hey, bye. I grew up in Iowa, so allergies, I didn't really have many allergies there, but one of the things you could do when you were a kid and not old enough to hold like a real part-time job was corn detasseling. And I know a bunch of people who rather abruptly learned that they had allergies to something or other in the middle of corn detasseling, and that was never, ever, ever fun for them.
No, that sounds terrible.
No.
By the way, it looks like Tenmiku is really starting to figure out this first stage. Like,
Yeah, they're being very, very cautious, which...
very
Alex,
cautious?
You can never be too cautious.
No, like, they were running and doing multiple platform jumping while at running speed, and I'm like, this is not how anybody else is playing the game. Like,
It's cautious because it's observing the patterns rather than just going straight ahead and hoping you can tank your way through it, which is how a lot of people play this. Oh, dang!
Yeah, did you see? Did you see that? Like,
that's
that was
clutch.
That's exactly how he has been playing this stage, just running forward and managing to jump over obstacles and dodge without pausing at all. It's like surprising for this game. I don't see people do that.
Underestimating how much they're observing the patterns, though. I think that's really important.
I mean, remembering the patterns would definitely help. Yeah, there's just not...
I don't know why there are snakes in the computer stage now.
So what's the problem with my computer? Too many snakes. Oh no,
Maybe
what did I do?
that's what made the stream go down. Tenmiku just had snakes in his computer.
We'll just take the snakes out of your computer.
Ah, yes, you're not seeing the patterns. The music, we said this before, this game's music is pretty top tier. There'll just be points where I will start singing Alex Kidd music spontaneously because this game's magical. Also, you may have noticed, but there is a timer, and it resets whenever you die. So your timer's never going to run out realistically, but if you are being super, super cautious, yeah, it might actually run out.
Yeah, considering how many deaths you have, timer's not really going to be an issue in this game for most people.
Yeah. But of course they put a timer in an arcade game because they don't want you just putting a credit in and, you know, stalling forever.
Well, yeah, what if you put a credit in and just stood in a safe spot and then left the machine?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, they don't want that.
And more people aren't putting money in.
It's frustrating to me that, like, I completely understand the need for them to make money, but it's just maybe a little greedy, you know?
That's the fine balance.
Yeah,
But arcade games are challenging, and they make you want to put more credits in without making you feel like, you know, it just ate my money. My partner has a good story about somebody just putting in coins and immediately dying to a pit in the X-Men arcade game as like the saddest credit he has ever seen in his life.
Oh no. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, the thing is, like, there are some arcade games out there where you can definitely tell that it is just for the money. Like, honestly, the difficulty there is just so crappy and obviously there to make you pay more money. But other times, you know, games do present a challenging but fair difficulty. I think this game is definitely BS, though.
Yeah, one of the games I wanted to do for previous Kuso6randes was Revolution X, the light gun shooter with Aerosmith and a bunch of digitized sprites, and it's it's pretty amazingly, hilariously 90s terrible. But
Yeah.
the thing about that game is it is very deliberately unfair. Like, people have tried to TAS it, and they can't do it. The game is just designed to eventually kill you and make you put more money in.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's like,
not fair. That's ridiculous. I would say that it's unethical to have an arcade game where you literally cannot complete it in a credit. Arcade games have to be designed where somebody who is literally a perfect player, perfect reaction time, can clear it without dying.
Yeah, now I couldn't be able to do Revolution X because, you know, Twitch. We will get DMCA'd so hard for that game.
Well, that's okay. Oh my gosh, on some of the videos I've been getting notices of copyright stuff for old videos that I have, and it's Sony claiming copyright for Earthbound music, and I'm like, Sony, come on.
A lot of people getting hit for that, and that, to me, is just like, really?
But it's Earthbound. Why is Sony bopping me for Earthbound?
I guess they had the rights to the soundtrack? I don't know. Music rights are just this labyrinthine, stupid thing.
Yeah, unfortunately I had to remove Earthbound from my playlist, so no more of that. You get to listen to... I don't know, if I run out of music, you're gonna have to listen to, like, Wizard of Oz Super Nintendo. Nobody's gonna claim that. Ever.
Put some Arrow the Acrobat music on.
No, I hate that game so much. Like, I've only played it a little bit, an hour or so, and I hate it. Oh, jeez. Tenmiku, I don't want your stream to do that.
My partner at twitch.tv/LordBBH has streamed a fair few fighting games, and he puts his archives up on YouTube, and from time to time he would get copyright claims on King of Fighters music from not SNK, but like weird companies who had taken the music and marketed it on like Amazon or something. So it wasn't even from the original copyright holders, it was from people who had stolen the music and then were claiming it. Copyright system on is just so busted. It's so stupid.
Honestly,
and I hate it.
I feel like pretty much everybody feels this way and everybody talks about it. We just need like a united statement for what the copyright laws should be.
Dude, Twitch is owned by Jeff Bezos. He can afford to, like, get rid of one of his mansions and just pay record companies for, you know, to make it okay to stream this stuff.
Yeah, but as soon as we sort of have a united list of demands that we want, it might be something easier to get done other than it's broken, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Yeah, we know it's broken. We need to know, like, have a specific list of how to fix this, and then we can start doing stuff. So...
Yeah, we're talking about Mappy.
Mappy?
Yeah.
Who the crap is Mappy?
Mappy is the only good cop.
Who the crap is Mappy? What does Mappy do? Does Mappy do...
Mappy's a mouse cop who protects valuables from evil thief cats in his classic video game. And sometimes he hops around on a pogo stick.
It's like...
uses trampolines.
I feel like I remember Mappy, but I don't remember why. Oh my gosh.
And the music in Mappy is very catchy. There's Mappy, and there's Hopping Mappy, and there's Mappy Land on the Nintendo.
Show you Hopping Mappy.
Mappy Land is,
Oh my gosh. Okay, these stupid skeleton fish. Skeletons cannot swim. Okay. Actually, wait. I assume that fish bones are probably much more hollow than... Yeah, like, bird bones are not nearly as dense as human bones. So maybe the fish can swim like that. Except that it didn't have any muscles. Okay, never mind.
Does
Scratch.
Nappy have a jetpack? Now there's an idea. I'm gonna contact Bandai Namco about that.
Who the crap is Mappy? Okay, I need to look this up. Who... Oh, it is a mouse. Aw. Wait, I've played a little Mappy. Never mind. Okay. I guess I shouldn't be too shocked. I didn't... Yeah, it's okay. Mappy games are okay. They're... I suppose maybe they were innovative for the time, but now they're okay. Okay, well, Mooware is getting close to the end of the stage, getting past the scary jellyfish. Jumi in the top right, making some good progress in here as well, although there's a lot of work to get through this level, and simply put, a lot of deaths. And on the last credit at this point, I don't think Jumi is going to make it up to where Mooware is currently.
Yeah, if I were in that position, I'd probably do a reset and attempt to get the credits back.
Ah!
And pulls, I think that's a little much.
We got a pearl! Yes, Mooware is through the water stage onto desert. Oh no,
we have
there's a
egg. We have very long egg.
very long egg. I don't like long egg. I dislike long egg. Takes one long chicken to make a long egg. Wow. Wow. That vulture is so fat. Okay, that was crap. But Mooware, I believe, has made the most progress at this point, making it to the desert land. That was cool to see. And yeah, I don't want long egg.
Over.
Okay.
There is still time to make more progress. 17 minutes is a decent amount of time.
Customer is king. Customer is king. Hey, customer, you're the king. Wow. I love how apparently literacy is deadly to Alex Kidd. Wow.
Should be. He should live in blissful ignorance, but no, he has to look for the lost stars for reasons.
Maybe you should go look for your lost parents, have them drive you around. Because, you know, you're so weak. It's like this child has a lot of immune difficulties.
All the people we could task with getting the lost stars, why did we get this kid?
What even is the story here?
The stars are lost. Find the miracle ball.
Okay. Once again, new player is Alex, whose mission is to run through each location, knocking down enemies, and obtain the 6 miracle balls. They're hidden inside the strangest places like golden eggs, fantasy zone ship, clam shells, Christmas presents, pumpkins, and desk bells. Okay. Alex must then venture in outer space to defeat the evil Ziggurat. Locations include Toy World, Machine World, World of Make-Believe, Water World. Oh no. Not the movie Water World. Okay. You will even tour through the giant's body. Nice. So, we lost the stars, and instead of collecting stars, we're collecting balls.
Yes.
That's so
To
dumb.
defeat Ziggurat, or... Well, you don't actually defeat Ziggurat because Alex Kidd is completely incompetent. So... you just collect the balls and things happen. You'd think there'd be a big bad final boss encounter. It's like, nope. Nope.
Nope.
Just get stuff. You
Yeah.
don't even get the satisfaction of, dropping Bowser off the bridge.
And you know what? The second player's name is Stella. Stella! Stella! I mean, star. Yeah. Yeah. Lost stars, lost Stella. No.
Oh.
Oh, well, good stuff. Yeah, you go to the Holy Land of Ziggurat, and then the Shrine of Ziggurat is then complete, and the player must run through all the levels again, but with new enemies. Why do you have to go through every level again? Are there now stars in every level?
I guess? You want to make this game artificially longer?
Nobody is going to beat it in the first place.
Was a thing at the time.
Nobody's gonna beat it in the first place, though.
More loops, more continues, more
So
money.
you make it impossible, and finally, one person who has dedicated their entire life to getting through this game, they lost their life savings, they get through it, they're like, finally, I've saved the stars, and then they're like, no, go back through the levels again. Oh, geez, that flashing when inserting the credits, it kills me. But we do get customer as king, so that's important. Oh, yeah, as my cousin is saying, loops were possibly added before the game became too easy.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That would absolutely make sense if that were the case, yeah.
Uh-oh, what's Twitch doing now?
Twitch is fine.
The kitty face is great, I love it. Cat! I too am like cat. I like cat.
Hey, kitty, kitty. Well, we are getting close to the end of this match, just about 12 minutes left. Moo, where I feel still has the lead. I haven't seen anybody else make it to Desertland. Jumi has made it to Waterworld. Tenmiko, I'm not completely sure. Windrider Shiva as well. I think those two have made it to the scary butt zombie land or whatever.
Yeah.
I shouldn't call it butt zombie land. That's weird. Windrider Shiva just needs to take advantage of the iframes and run to the right, okay?
Yeah, there's not much in the way of iframes, though.
Yeah, but I think that's enough to get almost to the present,
Also, when you continue, you don't have iframes.
There we go. There we go. Windrider Shiva did it. Yeah, I feel like everybody probably has about one more good push in this match to make progress. Depending, I like Tenmiko and Windrider Shiva might have two good chances to do it. Windrider Shiva already threw half of the credits, so she might be able to start all the way over. But I do know that she has struggled with some platformers in the past, and this game is not the kindest platformer in the world.
Yeah, that might be understatement of the forever.
Understatement of the forever, okay. From what I can see, by the way, these are players who have 5 points. The person who comes in last today may be eliminated from the tournament.
Sad.
Well,
You don't want to eliminate people with Alex Kidd. Alex Kidd is supposed to be the Kuso6rande that spreads love. Love for being tortured. So, who here is gonna hear that in their nightmares tonight?
now that you say it, I don't know, I've had some really bizarre dreams. Like, okay, the other night I dreamed that honeybees are a lot different, or before humans came and really started to cultivate honey and such. Bees were very different in that, you know, there were the little bees going and collecting pollen, but there were also giant squid bees that would fly around and do most of the collecting. Like, the little bees would take them to the squid
Awesome.
bees that were flying around.
I want squid bees.
Yeah, honestly, they were very terrifying looking, but it meant that there was a lot of honey.
Love honey.
So yeah, everybody, squid bees in my dream.
Maybe that's how we're going to save the world's bee population.
Squid bees.
Hybrids. Gotta make it happen.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, last night's dreams weren't too bad, I guess. They were just high school dreams again. I'm like 35 and I still dream about high school. I hate it.
I think we all do.
I'm pretty sure that one... Was I sneaking around? Yeah, I was definitely in places that I shouldn't have been. It was fine. I like sneaking around places where I'm not supposed to go. You know, it's fun. There's some level of excitement, and if somebody sees you, all you have to do is act confused and be like, where's the bathroom? And then they're like, no, it's not here, and then they, like, escort you out of the place, and you're like, oh, okay.
Just doing really good on this section, except they just got sniped by, pollen that looked like it was off-screen, but was not. Alex Kidd, everybody.
Yeah, Alex Kidd.
Have you ever had dreams about eyeball jellyfish?
I don't think so. No, just the bee squids. Oh. I'm just enjoying this match. This is being a lot of fun. Like, I know how difficult this game is. Like, even any of the Alex Kidd games are difficult, but your mileage may vary on how much you like them. Other Alex Kidd games are a little bit more forgiving. This one is just absolute brutality. This is what you get when you have a game that is fun, but is way too hard. Like, to the point where I'm not sure everybody is going to say they had fun playing this game just because it's ludicrous difficulty. But I feel like giving them 9 credits actually made it so that, you know, they could make some progress. Maybe not a whole lot, you know, but they could still make some progress through this game. Wind Rider Shiva doing pretty good. I have a feeling she is going to get game over in just a little bit, unfortunately. I mean, it happens to the best of us.
Am I seeing 0 credits there?
0 credits left, yes. But she's gotten through, like, the first third of this stage taking no deaths.
Well, you just took one.
That's impressive. Well, okay.
Blueware has a good chance. How many credits we have left? 5? Yeah, they have a good chance to make some progress. I think Mooware at first is pretty solid at this point. I think they are definitely the victor here.
Like, Jumi has a chance. Jumi needs to get through stupid booty zombie land, get through the water stage, and then make some progress in the desert. That is, unfortunately, a tough order to serve up. Simply put, Gordon Ramsay will look at it and say it's raw, or something like that.
Mooer got sniped.
Not again. It happens to people.
And Miku deciding to just tank it for last bit. Miku is on to stage 4. I
Very nice.
Their first attempt at stage 4. They do not have many credits left. I do not think they are getting past stage 4.
I believe this may be the first time Tenmiku has seen this stage, and if I'm not mistaken, Wind Rider Shiva has never made it to stage 4.
Yeah.
She technically, like, I think there's enough time to get through the first 3 stages and get to stage 4, but you gotta rush.
Yeah, speed run it.
Yeah, this is speedrun time for anybody who is not where they're making new progress. Muware needs to speedrun in order to get back to the desert. Remember, he doesn't know that he's currently in the lead. None of the players really know their positions at this point. So at this time, I would be booking it. Burn through those lives, burn through those credits, and make a little progress. These fish are hideous. I don't like them. Hideous and deadly. The worst combination.
Credits does Jumi have left? I think 3?
Yes, 3. It's so hard to read.
Yeah. The thing is, we've only got 4 minutes left, and this stage is particularly slow going as far as progress. So, has it been decided what we're going to do for Tenmiku? Are we going to give them, like, I don't know, 5-10 extra minutes?
It will be up to Cadis, our referee, to decide if time is warranted, and honestly, if time is going to even help at this point. I mean, going back to the beginning of the game is a huge setback. I don't know if taking into account all the difficulties, there would still be enough time to make it back, but there could be. It's just Jumi.
For like, what, 5-6 minutes? I feel like, you know, that's enough time to clear 1 or 2 stages.
Yeah, well, we'll see what our referee says. That could be enough time, but also, we don't know exactly how long Tenmiku was playing the game before the stream finally loaded for us. He was definitely playing for a little while there. Yeah, this is why we have an official referee to make difficult calls like these. That way, it's not just, oh, I feel for you. I feel for you. We gotta have the cold-hearted people making these decisions. Not you, Devil Ray. I mean, you have devil in your name, but you're not cold-hearted. Are you?
Am I? I am a notorious troll.
I mean, yeah. So I will keep my timer rolling after the hour mark. I'm not going to stop it, everybody, just in case we do need that little extra time. I will keep it rolling to see. Yeah, Tenmiku just trying to get to that present. Almost there. The biggest thing is that you do not want to land on one of the green blocks. That will slow you down horizontally and cause you to run out of time.
Force it. I don't know if that's the best idea, but we're running out of time, so...
There's only a minute left on the timer. Yeah, brute forcing it is definitely the way that I would go at this point. 1 minute remaining. Muware has already seen the desert, though, and nobody else has. So it's not really too concerning. And Muware is definitely going to be taking the victory today, even with Tenmiku's extra time. I don't think there's a chance that anybody is passing Muware.
Muware is definitely first. Jumi Wander has a good chance of getting second, depending on what Cadis rules as far as time goes.
Yes.
"20 seconds left." Oh man, Muware didn't even get to stage 5. Trying to brute force those jellyfish did not end well. But they are very comfortably in first place, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, here we go. We are... Nope, I'm not stopping our timer. We're just going to go ahead and keep going with overtime. And let me play some other music so that we can have the drama. Okay, Kate asked Tenmiku, if he thinks he can make progress with 3 minutes. Tenmiku says no. I think that's it then. I am calling it. We are done then. So congratulations. This was the match. Alex Kidd, the Lost Stars. Mooware takes the victory today. Jumi takes second, Tenmiku third, and Windrider Shiva unfortunately is eliminated. Always a sad day to see somebody gone, but again, it happens to all but one at one point or another.
Alas.
Yeah, I was very impressed with how Mooware did. Like, honestly, making it all the way to the desert level, that water stage is not trivial at all.
No, the water stage is maybe the worst stage in the game, and that is saying something.
Yes, well, we have Mooware in here with us, our victor for today. Hello there, Mooware.
I can't hear you. If
You can't hear me? Blah-de, 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 blah.
just a moment.
Blah, 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 blah. Here, do some blah, blah, blahs for me, Devil Ray. Fine, nobody do blah, blah, blah.
You caught me when I had water in my mouth.
You could have gone blah, 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 blah.
I'm not spitting that out.
Just like Alex Kidd in the water level, you know?
The worst level, I assume.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, yeah, that level was not great. Well, congratulations, Mooware. That was a great
you.
watch. Yeah, nobody else made it to the desert. You were the sole person who got there, so that was a lot
the
of
water
fun.
stage was probably the big war, since the other people confirmed that the underwater controls are pretty much impossible.
Yeah, the water
what was hard
controls
about them?
are bad. They are extremely not good.
What
So
do
you've got a lot of inertia. It takes forever to get going, and I couldn't really figure out how to control my height. I mean, so
Okay.
you point up to swim up, you point down to swim down. That's fine, more or less. But yeah, I have no idea how it works, but it's weird.
It's Alex Kidd, the Lost Stars. It's
Yeah, I want to know, though, what do you think of the game overall?
Well, it's not the worst game I played.
Okay, not the worst.
It seems okay. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
really, really hard.
I would say that the biggest flaw of the game is that it is absolutely brutal. But the music's kind of enjoyable. The graphics are enjoyable. It seems like technically the game works.
Most of the graphics.
Yeah, okay,
there's that butt shaking guy. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before.
yeah, it's in our Discord. One of the emotes over there. I think we have an animated emote for the butt zombie. He's a good guy. Gotta shake that booty. Shake that booty.
Definitely the true star of this game.
Yeah, butt shaking zombie. Not sure why skulls fly out of his butt, but yeah. Someone is saying aggressively mediocre. No, I wouldn't say this game is mediocre. It is brutal.
This game is... It's got the things that could potentially make it a good game. Like, it's got nice, cute graphics. It's got good music. The control is responsive. It's just that everything is designed in such a spiteful way.
Yeah, and it doesn't reward anything except for perfection, which,
Yes.
honestly, I think is kind of fun to be thrown into a situation like that. You know, we have a lot of very
You
difficult
have a weird
games coming
definition
out.
of fun, bro.
Well, I mean, I host this tournament.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Mooware said not the worst game, kind of fun. You know, I have my own complaints about the game, but I still love watching it, and I think I would love playing it.
I just love, putting this on people who have never, heard or played it before, because they see something that looks like it could be, a playable platformer, and then they start playing it, and then realize, oh my god, this game actively hates me.
Yeah, but that's just arcade games, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're never nice.
that's arcade. This is still evil for the arcade. But I still, I'm still gonna say not good, but not unenjoyable.
Yeah.
No, I love this stupid game.
See, there we go. We all agree. Enjoyable.
That's the Kuso feeling.
Yeah. Mooware, have you played many arcades and games in the past?
Recently I started playing a bit more.
Okay.
And my previous Kuso match was also an arcade game.
Oh, which game was that?
That was Spelunker 2 for arcade, which is... So
Okay.
that's interesting. There are so many Spelunker games that are
Yeah.
that have similar names, and it's a completely different game. So Spelunker 1 and 2 for arcade.
Yeah, my
they're
partner
very
had
different.
to play Spelunker. Oh, was it Spelunker 2 or I think it was Spelunker 2 or it might have been Pitfall arcade game. Crap, I'll have to check. There was a Pitfall arcade game too, and somehow I keep on getting the two confused.
Yeah, so
But
what's your
Spelunker
way
2 is weird.
What's your way of approaching one of these arcade games? How do you, like, when you first start up, what is your sort of initial goal that you're trying during the first 5-10 minutes?
Well, I suppose arcade games are less standardized than console games.
Okay.
So yeah, you definitely have to do more to figure out how the game works, how the controls work, because even the controls can be very different.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, like in this game, can you jump on enemies? No, but I mean you can guess that that's the case because it's an arcade game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely try it right towards the beginning. Yeah, just figuring out all the rules of the game, all the rules of the universe there, and not making assumptions, because as soon as you make assumptions, if it's wrong, you might be giving yourself a severe handicap when it comes to the game. Well, seriously, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Devil Ray. Mooware, it's always good to have you. I'm glad that you have been on Don't Make Us Bored. Great job on your victory today. Anything you're streaming that people need to know about?
Well, I don't know, all kinds of things. I played some neat indie games like the Dog Airport game.
Oh, I want to play that. The Dog
Yeah,
Theater.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yes.
You know, we could make a mod for it where it replaces the dogs with cats. Yeah, that's not going to make anybody angry. Okay. Anyways, then we'll table that idea. Thank you so much, Mooware. Dogs at the Airport. What Mooware has been playing recently. Devil Ray, thank you so much. Keep getting better. I'm really glad that you were good enough to be here, though. Yay!
I love you guys.
Right.
See you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.